Bit of an injury update right off the top with Shane Steichen, talking about Kenny Moore getting back to practice today. Anthony Richardson, we know, is on IR. And Mooney Ward, still in protocol. He's not going to practice today, which means that he's got to go through a contact-free practice and then a normal practice, and he's got to do that tomorrow, Friday. Maybe they can get some of that done on Saturday if he's going to play this Sunday. But right now, not practicing today, not necessarily a really good sign as to the availability of Mooney Ward for Sunday. Steichen, he takes a lot of time today answering questions about Jonathan Taylor and why Jonathan Taylor all of a sudden is a really good, versatile running back instead of a guy you only trusted to run. And I think the answer is kind of important.
I'll start off with injury updates. As you guys know, we put AR on IR. He'll miss at least 4 weeks. I don't have an exact timetable on it. He'll be in and out, getting checkups, but he'll still be engaged, be in meetings, but obviously he'll have some medical attention and just pray for a healthy recovery there. Mooney is in the protocol, so we'll see how the week goes. Kenny Moore will return to practice today. He'll go through some individual and get him some reps today, so good to have him back. Overall, just looking at the Chargers, first off, just a ton of respect for them and that organization. I spent 9 years of my career there and got a ton of respect from the top down. Dean Spanos, John Spanos, AG Spanos give me an opportunity in this league. So really appreciate them. A talented football team all around. Starts with their quarterback. Again, had a chance to be around him. He's big, he's strong, he's fast. He can make all the throws. Very intelligent, gets them in and out of the right plays. So we got to be on it this week with him. Keenan Allen's another guy that's been doing it for a long time. Ton of respect for him as a player, as a person. He's kind of like his brain's like a quarterback that plays receiver. So he knows how to play the game at a high level. McConkey's a hell of a player too. He's been doing some good things for him. Johnson, I know he's a little dinged out. We'll see how the week goes with him, but he's an explosive play guy waiting to happen. And then Derwin James on the defensive side, he's as good as it gets at the safety position. They line him up all over the place, so we just got to be aware of him. But it'll be a hell of a challenge. We're excited to go back out, to LA and have an opportunity to go play these guys.
With Ward in protocol, will he practice today?
Why not?
Shane, in what ways has Jonathan Taylor taken his game to apparently taken it to a new level?
Yeah, I think with time, players get better and better, and he's playing at the ultimate high level right now. The way he's running, and it's a credit to the guys up front. But I think his vision's been incredible off the charts this year. He's running hard, he's running physical. He's doing a hell of a job in pass protection too as well. And obviously getting the touches out of the backfield too as a receiver. He's got some catches to add to his yards. But just extremely pleased on the effort he's putting in and the preparation and how he's performing.
Was that, real quick, was that something that you talked to him about, becoming more of a third down back, or 3 down back, excuse me?
Yeah, I think that's all part of the growth process, and he's taken pride in that, and he's been doing a hell of a job for us and on his P's and Q's and the protection stuff. He's been great.
Shane, any chance for AR will be in and out? You mean he'll be going other places for checkups?
Yeah, correct. Yeah,
Is he here today?
Yeah, he's here today. He had a checkup this morning, but he was in the offensive meeting and stuff. And obviously, from a medical standpoint, he just really needs his rest because he can't really do anything, physically. But yeah, just being engaged, he'll be in these meetings though.
Any chance Jalen Jones or Jalen Carlisle's fit?
All right now.
Brett, are you still planning to sign Brett Rippon?
Yeah, Brett Rippon. Yeah, he'll be here later today. He's flying in, but excited about him. Obviously, the guy's been doing it for a long time. To the practice squad, Riley will be our backup this week. I love Riley. I think Riley's came in with the right mindset from day one, the way he works, the way he prepares. So it's a hell of an opportunity for Riley this week. And then, like I said, he'll be our backup this week, and then we'll see how everything goes, through the next couple of weeks.
Rippon wasn't one of the tryouts. Have you guys worked with him earlier in the offseason?
No, he was just a guy that we had on our radar, and heard a lot of great things about him. Obviously, he had a chance. He was in Minnesota there for a little bit with Daniel. Daniel's got great things to say about him, his preparation, his work. Obviously, played some good ball there in Denver. Boise State guy. A lot of my brothers went to Boise State. I talked to my younger brother last night. He's like, man, I was the ball boy when he was the QB there. I was like, well, he remember you? He's like, oh yeah. So I'm going to have to hit him up on that one. But yeah, excited to get him in here and get him learning the system.
Shane, your team has been in all types of games so far this year, and you guys sit at the top of the AFC. From a coach perspective, what have you learned about the guys playing for you right now?
I think the biggest thing I've learned is that, they're playing together, and there's a lot of belief in that locker room. And I think our preparation and our process, sticking to that every day and just believing in one another, you know what I mean? It's not chasing the results, it's chasing improvement. And that's what we're after every day, is chasing improvement and getting better and not worrying about tomorrow, but we're worrying about here and right now.
Shane, is there something to, on offense, so many of these guys have been draft picks of the Colts. Is there something to maybe that helping the cohesiveness of the offense as a whole outside, obviously, Daniel?
Yeah, I think so. I think, one of my pillars is consistency, and I think consistency builds stability within an organization. Guys get to know each other. They know how each other tick. They know their work ethic. We got a lot of great leadership, a lot of veteran leadership that set the standard for the young guys coming in, and that's a credit to Chris and putting together the roster the way he has. Like I said, it's just a lot of belief in each and every one.
Shane, when you grade quarterbacks on film, do you weigh, I guess, it differently? Third down, red zone, fourth quarter, anything you weigh differently?
Yeah, you look at all that stuff. You look at third down efficiency, how he is, standing there, especially when the pressure's coming. That's a lot when the pressure's coming. Standing in the pocket, delivering those things with accuracy, not being timid in the pocket for sure. But, you grade a lot of things. Obviously, I grade accuracy, tight window throws, big playability, all those different things that go into the quarterback. Obviously, the mobility part, can he make plays outside the pocket? There's a lot of different things, but I think a lot of it starts with the neck up at the quarterback position. You got to know what you're doing at all times, know what everyone's doing, and I think that's what makes quarterbacks successful.
You mentioned
a couple more.
You mentioned JT in the passing game earlier. No disrespect to JT, he's a great player, but he's made some blocks this year that I literally have never seen him make. Why such a big step this year, do you think?
Well, I think it's a credit to him, and I think it's a credit to DeAndre Smith, our running back coach, going through that process, working on it daily, obviously individual drills, working on blocking drills, all those little things add up. It's the little details, it's the consistency and doing it over time and making sure you're on the same page with the O-line and Daniel on the protection calls and knowing exactly who you're blocking and how you're blocking them. And he's done a hell of a job with it.
When you look at what your third down defense, why do you think you all have struggled in that area, the 30th conversion rate?
That's a great question. I think that's something you look at every week and you try to improve on different things, whether it's coverage stuff or, match or whatever it may be. You know what I mean? I think you go through that process and you try to improve. It's just like our offense in the red zone. It was like, why are we struggling early in the red zone? I don't know. We had some penalties and now we've been pretty good in the red zone. So each week's different, you know what I mean? You're going to have good games. You're going to have games where you improve on certain situations and you work through that process.
Shane, I don't know
Last
how
question.
young you were when you started watching football, or maybe you know your Colts history, but Colts Ring of Honor member on the other sideline. You have any memories of Jim Harbaugh as a player?
I just know that he was tough as nails. I'll say that. He was tough as they get. He stood in the pocket, took hits, talked some good trash, which was awesome watching, and I love that, at that position. So it'll be great to go against them. I don't know him that well, but I got a lot of respect for him for sure.
Interesting answer to that question about the defense's inability to get off the field on third down. They got to figure that out. 30th in third down conversion rate against. That's not very good, and that's not going to be helpful. What it looked like last week, it looked a whole lot like that Eberflus-Bradley system where what you were trying to do was not get gashed. As long as you didn't give up a splash play, you felt like you were doing all right. That isn't going to work for this defense. You got to get to the quarterback, although they are 7th in the NFL in sacks, so there is that. But interesting also about Jonathan Taylor becoming a more versatile running back in now what is his 6th season with the Indianapolis Colts. All of a sudden, instead of being a guy who's only in on running downs, now he's in all the time. Good receiver, really good receiver, and a really good blocker, as good a blocking back as there is in the NFL. All of a sudden, what's the difference with the guy? I think it's Daniel Jones, to tell you the truth.